starts for Barnesville. tonight's game. Ronald Green, Dave Davidson, and Kerry Langsdorf.
Hi everyone, we're coming to you here from the gymnasium at Barnesville High School, bringing you tonight's matchup between the Barnesville Shamrocks and the Martins Ferry Purple Riders. We welcome you to the broadcast here on Strauss Films. We're thankful for our sponsors of Village Hardware and Bethesda Market that are bringing the game to you tonight. And we'll take a pause here while they do opening announcements and player introductions.
Guard, freshman number 23, Tevin Williams. Guard, senior number 24, Zach Flesh. And at center, senior number 30, Peyton Perez. And now for hosting the Barnesville Shamrocks. At guard, senior number 1, Colton Hines. At guard, sophomore number 4, Tayson Starr. At guard, senior number 5, Payson Powell. At guard, sophomore number 21, Asa Gottinger. And at guard, senior number 23, Jeremy Huffler.
All right, we're ready for a tip-off here. This is Chris Pack on the play-by-play, and I'm joined by Tony Starr. And we'll try not to botch this up too bad and let you have an enjoyable experience watching the game. Hines was close to the timeline there, almost stepped back into the backcourt. Hines, a senior, to Hunkler, the other senior. We got Starr, a sophomore guard down in the corner. Ferry played zones for a long time, and Coach Edwards is continuing that tradition with the 2-3 out there.
Looks like Barnesville's going to be real patient and work the basketball around the perimeter.
Yeah, it was a nice pass to the inside. Hunkler to Starr for the first 2 points of the ball game. Nice patience there by the Shamrocks. Ferry, they started off the year with a win against Union Local, kind of an impressive fashion, and then they've dropped their last 7. They're 1-7 coming into tonight. And that's Jason Miles with the bucket. Nice drive to the hoop and patience on both ends of the floor. We'll see how long that lasts. Hunkler had his feet set, drilled it.
Wide open 3.
Yep. The zone is great when the other team misses. But when somebody gets hot, that zone doesn't look too great.
Hines with the steal.
And Hines with the finish. This is Colby Shriver running the point here for Ferry. Put the ball over to Zach Flesh. Yep. That's Peyton Hors with the finish. 2 easy layups to start off with the Riders.
Looked
here.
like Geilander left his man and went over to help double team on
Miles,
and they were able to hit underneath wide open.
Tayson gave him a little extra business on the shoulder and hip bump there. And Ferry will get a chance to cut into the deficit here. Less than 3 minutes into the first quarter. Yep. Number 11, that's Colby Shriver. All 3 buckets have come from the left, or rather it's the right block when you're looking at it from this side. Tayson almost took an extra step there. Hines looking to slow things down, and Hunkler hurried that one a little bit and came up short.
Asa Geilinger on the foul underneath for the Shamrocks.
Shamrocks getting a little bit flustered there. Rushed the offensive set. And just need to kind of settle down. We got a substitution for Geilinger coming in there. The freshman, Casey Carpenter.
Like the Shamrocks had a little bit of pressure there, bringing the ball up for the Riders, against the Riders.
Yeah, well, kind of uncharacteristic for the Shamrocks to kind of hang back here in a little bit of their own zone.
In for the Shamrocks is Casey Carpenter, and Geilinger took a seat on the bench.
So Carpenter, a freshman. Barnesville must have got sold on the zone a little bit in their last game against Harrison. Yep. That's Jason Miles again, another 1 foot away shot for the Purple Riders. It's kind of where they had their success with Union Local in game 1, was taking the ball inside and kind of using their size and girth to kind of take control of that first game. And they're trying to do that here tonight as they push themselves into the lead here. Just tell. Yep, nice pass by Hunkler to Carpenter for an easy 2. When the Rocks are patient, they look a whole lot better. Up a little bit of confusion on the defensive end.
Did the Shamrocks come out of the man? Looks like they're playing a little.
They've changed something up there a little bit. I don't know if they went from a 2-3 to a 3-2. Now it looks a little bit more like a 1-3-1. It would be interesting to see. Maybe they're trying to match up here. Maybe they've. That's kind of maybe what they've got. But Carpenter definitely didn't. He gave a lot of room there on the inside. And Ferry missed once, missed twice, but got fouled on the second up there. That's Jason Miles.
Casey Carpenter got his first foul on that. The Shamrocks are giving up a lot of size underneath.
Yep, there Ferry has got some height underneath there. And this is the first time that they've really had to use the offensive boards, but that could be a factor as we go on. Miles is good on the first free throw, and that knots us back up at 9 with 2:46 here to go in the first quarter.
It looks like Davian Ray came in for the Riders, number 4.
I think he's coming off of an injury here too. I think he's been out for a while, so he could be a big lift for Martins Ferry. Ferry showing a little bit of a press here. I think they recognize that when they speed the Shamrocks up a little bit, they've been a little more successful on defense. Shamrocks spreading them out. Going to try to use their speed to overcome Ferry's height.
Jason Powell
gets his feet set in the corner and drops one in from 3. The Rocks appear to have went to a man, but not everybody got the message. Some are in man, some are in zone. Nice pass by Hines to Geilinger for an easy 2. Now the Rocks. Are we in zone or are we in man? Looks like a zone. Yep.
That last substitution, Geilinger came back in, and Tayson Starr is getting a little breather on the bench.
Oop. The big guy having trouble against Geilinger. Carpenter near the danger zone there at half court. Ooh. Almost a good pass. Just didn't quite make it.
Looked like he tried to force it, you know.
Yep.
That bounce pass inside. There's a lot of people in there to get that ball through.
A little too much traffic to get it through. Hunkler wanting to pull the trigger, decided better. Ooh. And Hines not quite got it radared in. Ooh, that looked like a walk, but nobody's seen it. His second chance, no good. Miles.
Shamrocks are not doing a very good job of boxing out.
Miles' third chance is no good, but he goes over the back, and that could be big if the Rocks can get him into foul trouble. Ferry has backed out of pressure as Logan Dodd comes on the floor to give Geilinger another breather.
10 checks in for the Purple Riders, and 30 took a seat on the bench.
Ten is Landon Hors. Let's see if the Rocks can keep their patience and find a good shot here against Ferry's zone in the last few seconds of the quarter. Maybe a little bit early, but he'll take the two. And Ferry is slow getting it in bounds, but that's why you like to take the last shot. Because when you give the other team a chance to kill you, they often do.
Yes, you are so right.
Well, that added some excitement to that first quarter, which was a pretty good paced quarter. A lot of action and ball movement. A lot of solid basketball for the first quarter. Defense, not so much. Rebounding, not so much. But offensively moved the ball pretty well and got several good looks at the basket, had their feet set several times, the Shamrocks did. They're just going to have to do better at keeping Ferry from taking 2-foot shots.
Yeah, they're not getting a body on him underneath. And Ferry, that one set, had at least 3 offensive rebounds. We've got, the Shamrocks have to get a body on a guy, box him out, get position, and get the boards.
Definitely. If this is going to be the story of the night is Ferry's size and second chance opportunities. I'm guessing Barnesville will want to speed them up here in the second quarter and see if that doesn't get a run for the home team.
We have Logan Dodd, Colton Hines, Jeremy Hunkler, Asa Geilinger, and Kason Powell out there for the Shamrocks to start the second quarter.
Yep. Jason Miles is back to work in the inside, but thankfully he missed. Until the Rocks have a little more intensity coming out here, but are still showing some patience here against this 2-1-2 or 2-3 that the Purple Riders are throwing out. Hines with the drive. Hunkler a little too deep. Logan Dodd's in the zip code, and he hits it. Always better when you get your feet set.
The Shamrocks were able to drive the paint right there. The Martins Ferry collapsed on him. The kick out for the wide open three.
Zach Flesh with an answer for the Purple Riders. he had his feet set as well. Barnesville wanting to go inside out, but Hunkler will fire it up, and it's good. Davian Ray over to Colby Shriver. Shriver trying to drive in, and Dodd's going to get whistled for the foul, which I think's his first.
Yes.
Was a pretty clean first quarter. We only got 5 fouls in total. And only one against Martins Ferry. So Ray hits from deep. Ray and Shriver were playing a little back and forth toss across, and Ray threw it in. Both teams seem to be heating up here a little bit. Dodd, feet were almost set in the corner. Hines across the court to Hunkler. Hunkler inside to Geilinger, and Geilinger decided not to make the move. He will get the rebound, but he's going to lose it, and Shriver comes up with it. Shriver to Ray from the corner. Ray is on fire, and has knotted the game here at 22. Shamrocks have sent 2 to sub in. Tell the Shamrocks are feeling just a little bit antsy. You can tell they're just not quite comfortable, and Ferry has seemed to find a little bit of comfort here with just under 5 left in the first half.
Casey Carpenter and Tayson Starr checking in. Logan Dodd and Asa Gellinger going to the bench for the Shamrocks.
Hunkler on the inbounds to Starr, to Powell. Hines to Hunkler. In the corner, and it's good.
Jeremy Hunkler's 3 for 5 from behind the arc this first half.
He's feeling good. Got the hot hand. Got to keep getting the ball. The Rocks are just not quite sure what to do here defensively. I think the
Looked
plan,
like Miles could have been over the back on that.
Yep.
No call by the ref.
Yep. Hines. He checked the weather, checked the radar, and then dialed it in.
Back-to-back threes for the Shamrock puts them right back up 28-22 halfway through this second quarter.
Yep. Nice defense by the Rocks. And the transition was there. Powell with the finish. You can feel the Shamrocks might be on the verge of taking some control here. Close to a walk, Ray's in and out, rebound. Peyton Horay looked like he had Hunkler hooked.
Hunkler took a little swipe at him when he went back up and got called for it.
Yep. Hunkler had inside position, but Horay's had him pinned a little bit there. Hunkler complained about it a little bit, but the bigger Horay's won out on that one and converts a three-point play to keep the Riders in the ballgame. Riders extending their pressure here a little bit, trying to speed the Rocks up and get them a little bit uncomfortable. But the Rocks have been on fire. Oop. Good look, but a tall body between the hoops.
Casey went up with that shot that just didn't look like he was going up with confidence, and the guy came from the backside and put it back on him.
Yep, that was a prayer that did not get answered. Kaysen comes off the screen and ball comes off the board. Ooh, nice move by Jason Miles. Went to the hoop, strong, made a nice dribble drive and finished and picked up the foul. A chance for another three-point play for the Purple Riders. And they've been good at the line, too. Ooh, close to a walk, but he preserved that pivot foot. Miles, another drive and finish for the Riders. Ooh. That's why you gotta hustle up the floor and not be in the backcourt when you're trying to transition. Shamrocks a little bit rattled right now. And Ferry with a lot of confidence. Flesh from deep won't go. Miles gets stripped by Hines. Hines drives to the foul line. Jumper no good.
I think the Shamrocks need to slow it down, get back into their offense, and look for the best shot. I mean, I know they're on a couple fast breaks the last few times, but it seems like they're doing better when they're in their offense and working the ball around and getting the best shot they can take.
They've been a little bit rushed the last couple times down. Ferry tied the game back up, and the Shamrocks get a little hurried. The Flesh knocks home a three, and Ferry decides that they'll take a 30-second timeout so that they can get things in order here the last 2 minutes of the first half. See if they can't get a little run before halftime and build themselves a cushion. The timeout might have benefited the Shamrocks a little bit more. Yeah. But, yeah, the Shamrocks have only been fouled twice, but some of that is being patient, and Ferry has not been super aggressive in that half-court zone. They've allowed the Shamrocks to kind of pass the ball around. And the Shamrocks have shot pretty well, but when they decide to rush, it's come back to hurt them.
Starr's come back on for the Shamrocks after that timeout. Casey Carpenter is going back to the bench. Barnesville has their starting lineup out there.
Ferry faked the full court pressure and has dropped back into the 2-3. Wanting to trap the point. Rebound goes to Flesh. Flesh to Shriver. Ray. No, it wasn't Ray. Ray's not in. Riders go inside out, and ooh. Got wrestled down a little bit, but no call. Flesh finishes in the paint. Riders up 5. Taven Williams is back in for Martins Ferry. Missed that last three-pointer. Miles gets a piece of it, and now he's got the ball, drives in. Williams in the corner, out to Flesh on the point. Flesh looking and can't find anybody on the inside. Ferry's decided they're going to be patient here, under a minute to go in the first half. Juarez to Shriver to Flesh at the top of the key. He felt good about it, but it didn't go. Geiler gets fouled going up for the rebound by Juarez.
I'm surprised the Riders didn't try to get the ball to Miles. He had a significant height advantage on Jeremy Hunkler, guarding him there at the high post, but they took a wide open three.
Well, and Ferry's had some success with so their outside shooting, and then of course when you throw in the rebounding, it makes them a pretty lethal combination. Powell got cracked hard, but made the bucket anyway. You can tell he was not happy with no call, but refs letting them play this one. Under 10 seconds.
Hold for the last shot, but I was mistaken.
Well, right now the difference in the game is that three-point fling at the end of the first quarter, or otherwise we'd be tied.
Jeremy Hunkler picked up his second foul there.
Which definitely to Ferry's advantage that the refs are letting them play here and be a little bit physical. Tayson with a hurried drive. Almost went.
A lot of contact on that drive to the bucket.
Yeah, you can tell that they've made the decision they're going to let the players play and referees are going to watch. Which means that Barnesville probably ought to pick up a little bit of their aggressiveness, but with Geilinger, how many fouls has Geilinger got?
I've got Geilinger with one, but I'm missing a foul somewhere. I'm doing the best I can.
Yeah, this is these score sheets and Ferry's roster.
But that's what they
not
have
easy
with on the big board. So I'm missing a foul. I'm not for sure. The Shamrocks do have 7 to Martins Ferry's 3 at the first half. Ferry with a big second quarter, scoring 22 points behind Zach Blesh, who came out with 8. Shamrocks hit a few threes themselves, scored 16 both quarters, and trail it 32-35.
Yep, but pretty good half of basketball. I think Ferry has shot the ball a little bit better than what most people would expect. I think the Shamrock defense has kind of been, they started off with some of the zone and hanging back and kind of letting Ferry be their own worst enemy on the misses. The only problem with that is Ferry hasn't missed very much, and when they have missed, they've got a second chance and a third chance, and that's why they're in the lead right now. Yeah. Shamrocks have shot the ball pretty well, but and have looked good on offense when they are patient and when they look for a good shot. They've got hurried up and rushed a few, and that's cost them a couple on a couple trips. But for the most part, both teams have converted pretty well on the offensive end of the floor, and defense is kind of what you'd say has been lacking here in the first half.
Well, Mr. Pack, are we going to take a break here for halftime, and we'll be back out for the third quarter? Or?
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
All right.
We will be back to you. All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to Barnesville High School. We're enjoying our Strauss Films game of the night here between the Shamrocks and the Martins Ferry Purple Riders. We'd like to thank our sponsors, the Bethesda Market and Carryout, owned by Dave and Sue Hines of Barnesville. Stop in and enjoy a variety of items with fresh deli and hot food subs, hand-dipped ice cream. Open Monday through Friday, 7 to 7, Saturday, 9 to 6, Sunday, 10 to 6. And our other major sponsor, Village Hardware and Rental, one of Barnesville's local hardware stores where you can find just about anything you are looking for. Thanks to those two sponsors for helping bring this broadcast to you here on Strauss Films. We certainly need more sponsors in here to see more games on Strauss Films. Great opportunity for your company to support local youth. And I'll turn things over here to Tony Starr, who's got some halftime stats.
We have a couple leading scorers for the Martins Ferry Purple Riders. Jason Miles had 14 points in the first half, and Zach Flesh had 8 for the Riders. Shamrocks, Jeremy Hunkler and Kason Powell both with 9. Shooting-wise, the Shamrocks were 5 for 12 from two-point land, 41%, 6 of 12 from behind the arc for 50%, and that puts them at 11 for 24, 46% on the game, and the Shamrocks did not shoot a foul shot in the first half.
Yeah, not very many fouls called against Martins Ferry, but Ferry not being very aggressive, and they start out that way here in the third quarter in the 2-3 against the Shamrocks. We got one score to pass along. Our girls playing tonight down in Bellsville. Bellsville's 7-2. And are currently ahead of our Lady Shamrocks 35-21 in the third. That just updated. It's 38-22 early in the fourth. Ooh. Miles.
The Shamrocks are starting Colton Hines, Tayson Starr, Kason Powell, Asa Geilinger, and Jeremy Hunkler the second half. The same lineup they started the game out with.
Ferry has got Davian Ray in, who'd been injured and is just back in this game. And you could felt his presence in the second quarter. He had a couple threes that really sparked Ferry's comeback and run that pushed them into the lead. Foul. Kerry Langsdorff was going to call a foul, but Barnesville got a 30-second timeout before.
And for the Riders on the floor, they started out with Miles, Colby Shriver, Zach Flesh, Peyton Hors, and Davian Ray this time starting out the second half.
But really fairly balanced scoring for the Shamrocks. And not, everybody's kind of a threat on the Purple Riders as well. Now, Miles is definitely somebody that you got to concentrate on to keep his point total down at 14. You want to keep him away from the glass and force him to earn some shots a little further away from the bucket. But Ferry has shown some outside ability with Ray and Flesh knocking down some outside shots. Hunkler on the inbounds to Hines, and Hines is looking things over, getting the Shamrocks into alignment. Handoff to Powell. They're denying Powell the ball here and getting a little more aggressive. Flesh made a move. Almost a walk with the basketball, but comes up with it, and the Ferry Purple Riders get a timeout, 30-second timeout, and they'll come up with the ball here, leading 37-32 early in the third quarter.
Zach Flesh did a really good job of tapping that ball away from Tayson Starr and then diving on the loose ball, and his coach quickly called the timeout for the Purple Riders.
And I'm still not exactly sure what Ferry's defensive scheme here is. Seems to be almost like a box and one on Kason Powell, as tight as they played the last time around, but they're definitely going from a more standoffish zone to a tighter zone, and almost giving a man look to the Shamrocks. Shriver with the ball for Martins Ferry. Gives it over to Horace, Shriver to Miles, back to Flesh, had his feet set, and it went in.
Flesh's hot hand continues here in the third.
Yeah.
I think the Shamrocks might need to tighten down the
going to have to do something
on him a little bit.
Going to have to do something differently on defense. Ferry is just a little bit too comfortable. The Shamrocks have had a couple moments where they looked like they were getting comfortable, but now we're back into a phase where we're not so comfortable. A little bit out of sync, a little bit out of rhythm, but Hunkler with a drive gets into the land of the trees, and Miles knocks it away. Ray to Shriver. Shriver almost walked with it, but didn't, and he'll lay it in for 2. Riders up 10.
Casey Carpenter's checked in for the Shamrock. Jason Starr getting a breather again.
Hunkler, who hit 3 threes in the first half, missed in the second half, and Martins Ferry's Davian Ray, tell they're glad to have him back. After 7 straight losses, the Ferry Purple Riders are definitely needing to win, and Davian Ray is putting the Purple Riders in that kind of position, that shape to do just that. I think that's his third three-pointer of the night. And if the
quick 10-0 run by the Riders to start this third quarter has stretched that lead out from 3 to 13, and Coach Hines took a second timeout, try to get the Shamrocks on the right path here.
And if Martins Ferry keeps shooting from the outside the way they are, it's going to be doubly hard for the Shamrocks because it's hard to come up with a rebound in there on those long ones, and when they're making them, it's even worse. And so Shamrock's going to have to get it done with defense. They're going to have to change something up, get Martins Ferry uncomfortable, maybe get that. We had a little bit of luck with forcing a turnover and getting a transition bucket earlier. Really are going to need that. Going to have to speed up Martins Ferry. Ferry's showing a little bit of pressure here, which they have faked pressure most of the night, dropped off, and then picked up at times pretty tight. So Ferry trying to keep the Shamrocks guessing. Shamrocks just not quite in sync. Hunkler to Hines. Hines to Hunkler. The Rocks having a little bit of difficulty moving the Martins Ferry defense when the ball hasn't really went anywhere. Hines with the pass to Hunkler, and Hunkler drives. And Kerry Langsdorff calls Ferry for a slap.
That was number 4, Davian Ray. That was his first foul of the game.
Now, Hunkler was in definite trouble, and he got bailed out by the referee there. The ball movement seems to be the problem for the Shamrocks, who have about a 10-foot space that they move the ball on the top of the key here. And Hunkler has went cold. If those are falling, you'd be okay. Yep, and we get a little bit of help again from the referees. Another foul call on the Riders. Casey Powell, top of the key, good. Boy, Barnesville needed that. I'm sure they didn't want Kaysen to get loose at the top of the key. Ferry's defenses seem to focus on him.
That last offensive series, it looked like they moved Kaysen from playing that high post. They put Asa Geilinger there, got Kaysen on the outside on the arc so he could get a nice stroke and get that shot off.
I think Martins Ferry's denial of Case, and that Miles hits from the foul line. But Geithner on the inside made a move, but not very strong. Miles, he's going to make a strong move and loses it.
A little showboat action there at that behind-the-back pass he tried to make.
A little too much mustard on that dog, and he lost it.
I don't like mustard on my hot dogs. I'm a ketchup and onion guy.
Yeah.
Coach Pack.
I'm sure he'd like to have that hot dog back. But they're still feeling pretty good, up 12, 3:14 left here in the third. And they had picked up the pressure on Powell, and Powell seemed to go to the corner. This is running Powell along the baseline. Has not had a lot of success for the Shamrocks.
They're working Case from side to side along that baseline. Reminds me of the good old days. My friend Craig Sircosta used to run him wild along that baseline trying to get an open three.
When it was almost more of a box and one, that was a little bit more of an understandable offense. Powell gets open on the wing and hits another three. They need to do a little odd man front against that even zone. Need to get three guards up and move the ball side to side and look for Geithner on the inside a little bit and allow one of the guards to get their feet set on the outside.
Shamrocks did a good job collapsing there and helped defense. They just didn't have anybody on the backside to box out.
And Ferry has fell into a little bit of one-on-one basketball here. Not many touches for the team right there. A lot of guys wanting to do one-on-one kind of play and not had a lot of success the last few trips with that kind of attack. We'll see if Ferry sticks with that mindset or if they move the ball a little bit. Better ball movement to start out here. Flesh feeling good at the top of the key. The highest percentage shot you're going to get is at the top of the key. Yep, still a little two-guard attack against this 2-3 zone. Powell has snuck up to the wing where he just hit a three. If they'll give him the ball over there, we'll see if he can get something going. Hines over here on this wing. The reversal needs to go to Powell, but didn't. And Hunkler's drive down there short. Yeah, forced it.
Yeah.
Taven Williams, his drive is good. Powell gets slapped, and there's a whistle. Rocks in a bit of a danger zone right here. Down 14 with a minute and 18 to go in the third quarter. Really need to get a score and hold Ferry the rest of the way. Just a little bit rushed on that shot, but 3/4 of the way in, and it popped back out. Shamrock's going to get another chance to inbound here. And they seem to have got their play set. Same look as before. Powell at the top of the key to Hines. And again, the ball movement has been a little bit rough here in the third quarter.
Looked like Powell lost his footing as he went up for that shot.
I think everybody kind of sensing that this is a key moment in the game. Tevin Williams gets fouled going up on the inside.
I think Colton Hines for that foul. That's his second.
Everybody's kind of sensing this is a pivotal moment, and whoever makes the next run is probably going to have a better chance of winning the game. And Barnesville's forced the ball up the last few trips. A couple of those we've been able to get, but they need to go back to what they had success with in the first half, and that was patience and ball movement.
Logan Dodd checked in for the Shamrocks right there. Tayson Starr checked out.
There's this token full court pressure, which actually could be a good thing for the Rocks if they could finish, but Geisler comes up short. Miles does not. Until again, Kaysen, 3 no good. Miles looking to go coast to coast again. Dishes out to Shriver. Shriver just inside the 3-point line. No good. Nice rebound, Geilinger. Hines to Powell. Powell had the look he want, but
Got a wide open look right there.
But not the power going up. Comes up a little bit short. Ferry gets a second buzzer beater of the night, and that is going to be good and put them up 20. Does not feel like a 20-point game, but the Shamrocks struggling on the offensive end, and Ferry is turning defense into offense. But Rock's not out of it yet. Ferry, who is hanging back in that
with
zone.
a big 23-point quarter, the Shamrocks lone two three-pointers made by Kaysen Powell just extended that lead.
And
like you said, Coach Pack, they went from 3 at halftime to 20.
And again, defense has been the problem here. Defense has been, we've not made Martins Ferry uncomfortable at all. And as they kind of got into that comfort zone, knocked down a couple threes, had the big guy Miles drive in on some transition buckets. We've not put up much resistance here in the third quarter. But the Rocks have it in them. We get some pressure going. Probably going to have to go to some full court looks now. And we'll see if we can't wear down and see if some fatigue will set in on Martins Ferry, and maybe we'll get some turnovers if we can. You got to make some buckets here to get into your full court pressure.
On the court for the Shamrocks, we have Colton Hines, Jeremy Hunkler, Logan Dodd, Kaysen Powell, and Asa Geilinger.
Nice pass into the Hunkler, who gets it in for a 2-foot shot. That's the way to get on the board. The pressure is not what Coach Hines wanted. You can tell Coach Hines wanted us to be a little bit more aggressive there. And the Rocks are starting to pick it up a little bit.
The Riders come out in this fourth quarter with Miles, Shriver, Flesh, Peyton Horst, and Ray, Davian Ray.
Yep. Coach Edwards is going to take a timeout and talk about the strategy here of evidently the Rocks are going to stick to this full court man and try to dial up some more pressure, and he's I'm sure going to stress that they need to move the ball and be patient with it.
I'm going to give a big shout out to those Shamrock cheerleaders. My daughter Olivia, a former Shamrock cheerleader, always complained that they never got enough love. So big shout out to those young ladies supporting the Shamrocks.
Yep. Martins Ferry is going to be at Harrison on Tuesday. Harrison is having a pretty good year. They just knocked off the Rocks here this week. Barnesville, the next home game is January 11th versus Fort Fry. So if the Rocks, I think this might be the fourth straight that the Rocks have dropped here. If they don't get things turned around here in the fourth quarter, this will be the loss number 4.
Yeah, they need to do lockdown defense right here. They got to get on the boards, play good defense, and then take good shots when they get the ball on offense.
Yeah. I think if they can get Martins Ferry flustered, you'll see the turnovers mount and the offensive opportunities mount as well.
And number 2, Jason Duker Costello checking in for the Shamrocks.
Dodd's pressure defense there on Davian Ray caused that turnover. Hunkler with the floater that falls off the rim. Shriver bringing the ball out, and you can tell Ferry has been instructed to kill the clock and move the ball around here and make the Shamrocks earn a stop. Nice inside pass. Miles to Horrs for an easy 2.
Shamrocks got caught on his backside. He was just wide open. That was a nice easy pass assist for Miles.
Yeah, that happens sometimes when you're trying to be aggressive and trying to put pressure on. Somebody gets away from you on the backside. Powell with the drive and the hoop, and the Shamrocks will take timeout down 18, 6:16 left in the fourth, trying to get something going on the defensive end that can rattle the Riders. But so far the Riders have handled everything that the Shamrocks have thrown at them and have shot well enough and rebounded well enough that it's an 18-point cushion.
And I think we're going to see a lot of what they just did in that first offensive set. They're just going to work the ball around the perimeter.
Spread the floor,
make the Shamrocks try to chase them down. Just get out of here with the win.
Yeah. Well, and Coach Edwards, he's been a long time guy of controlling the ball late in the game and forcing you to chase after him. And 18 points is a nice cushion to have. But sometimes when you start playing that keep away, you have an opportunity to kind of change the game. And if the Rocks can get a little run here, get it under 10, Ferry, having lost 7 straight games, might just panic, and then we would have a ball.
And that's what the Shamrocks have to do. They got to get a hand in the passing lane, knock a ball away, get on the loose ball, get down, try to get a quick score, then get right back on defense. There can't be any letdowns here.
Yep.
And Luke Detling is checked in for the Shamrocks, number 12.
They're trying to dial up the pressure here. And Ferry is just clearing out. There's a double team, and they recognize it and get the ball.
That looked like a walk.
And the pressure works. Big guy with the basketball. I always said that was a turnover waiting to happen.
I think they called that the Euro step in the NBA, Coach Pap.
At the NBA, he would have got away with that.
Yep.
And Ferry coming back with this token pressure again. They kind of dial it up and dial it back, lull the Shamrocks into a little bit of false security, and then at times tighten up. Top of the key look, no good. Good effort by Tayson Starr going after that rebound. And the Shamrocks get 2 offensive rebounds but come up empty. You can tell they're playing hard. He stepped back court. Yes, he did. And you hear the Martins Ferry faithful urging their team to keep the foot on the gas pedal, but
I don't blame them. They don't need a letdown right here. They've been on the slide. They've lost 7 in a row. They want to win as much as the Shamrocks.
And it's hard to stop doing what's been working, and what's been working is taking it to the Shamrocks and moving the ball around and getting a good shot. Shamrocks have one get loose on him. He missed the layup, and then there's a walk.
Yeah, Horse was a little shuffle of the feet underneath, getting a better positioning for that easy bucket, and he shuffled one too many times.
Everybody's getting a little bit sloppy. Shamrocks benefit the most from that little exchange. The Rocks needing a run.
5 minutes to go, and they're still down 18.
Ooh, a lot of distance to cover on that pass, but Hines is telling the young Carpenter, you got to come to the ball. Hines with the foul.
Carpenter is a freshman. Those are the little things he's going to pick up on as the season goes on. He's got to come to the ball, get to that pass, but at the same time, it looked like it was a little forced.
Yep. You can tell the Shamrocks just been off a little bit tonight. Oh, Miles, the big body with the big rebound. Case and Powell from deep off the front of the rim. You can tell the Shamrocks are getting a little tired.
Got to get his legs underneath those shots. Just looked a little short.
Tayson came up with a big rebound there and will get rewarded by going to the foul line. Again, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Village Hardware and Bethesda Market, for sponsoring tonight's game on Strauss Films. Certainly in need of more sponsors. If you'd like to keep seeing these games on Strauss Films, make sure you contact the school and see how you can become a sponsor of one of these high school games.
And you're so right. Without those local sponsors, we're not able to provide you this service to enjoy this game at home. And having those local businesses are what communities need. And we can't thank those two businesses enough.
Yep. A little bit of sloppy play on Martins Ferry's part. Good opportunity for the Shamrocks, going strong to the hole. Is Powell, and he comes up short. Jump ball. Well, and especially with all the things going on with COVID and good crowd here tonight, but it's certainly nice for some people to be able to stay home and still see high school sports. But Ferry is definitely looking a lot better than a team that had just dropped 7 straight games.
Yeah, I agree.
Davian Ray coming back is a big help to them, and when they get their outside shooting, along with Miles's inside play going, they're a pretty formidable team. Ferry definitely being cautious with the basketball. And textbook right there. That's what you want to do. Is
that's Zach Flesh's 5th three-pointer of the game.
And Martins Ferry definitely doing everything right on the offensive end tonight. The outside game, the inside game, moving the ball around well, and the Shamrocks just have not found the right defense. Miles to Flesh. And you can see that Ferry is a little bit awkward at times with the ball. You would think they would be prone to some kind of full court zone press. Oop. Dodd just gets a wee little piece of the arm and enough to draw the whistle.
Costello's going to check back in. Dodd's going to head over to the bench.
3:11 left. No. Check in and see if how our girls are doing down at Bellsville tonight. Angie Pack is keeping score down there. She just texted me. Final score from Bellsville. Bellsville 50, Lady Shamrocks 24. I think Bellsville moves to 8-2 on the season down there. So
Ferry's starting to make a few more substitutions, getting a couple more guys in off of their bench.
Forays to Flesh. Flesh could have been number 6. It is number 6. And
been no answer for him tonight.
Nope. Powell with a good drive.
He's still battling.
Oop, and a reach in by Hunkler. As well as the Shamrocks shot the first half, you kind of felt like they would just stay in that mood and get some traction, maybe pull away from Martins Ferry in the second half. But Martins Ferry got some confidence at the end of the second quarter and came out with that 10-point run at the beginning of the third quarter, and it's kind of been lights out since then.
Yeah, that big 23-6 third quarter difference has been the difference in the game. The first 2 quarters, highly contested, 3-point game at halftime. They just went on a quick run, 10 points. Shamrocks didn't have an answer for them there in the third, and they just kept right on clicking, outscoring the Shamrocks by 17 points. And that's the difference we have in this game. Of course, right now they're up by 24, but they're not taking their foot off the gas, so to speak. And Zach Flush is just firing away, hitting his 6th 3-pointer of the game. I think he's 6 for 7.
Well, the Riders and the Shamrocks both were on some losing streaks here. The Riders had lost 7, and the Shamrocks had lost 3 coming in to tonight. And you can tell both teams were a little bit back and forth during the first half, but and both teams have played their hearts out trying to get into this game. And I really believe that these two teams play 100 times. I think you could be about a 50-50 kind of matchup.
I agree. And there's no quitting the Shamrocks. The last 2.5 minutes, they're in tight man-to-man right here. They're going to be playing hard defense. And they're going to try to cut into this lead. I guarantee you they're not going to be happy with the end of this game, but they're not going to quit.
Well, and it's just too many little things that went Martins Ferry's way. And momentum is a big thing in high school basketball.
Luke Detling with the foul there. That's the 6th for the Shamrocks. One more, and Martins Ferry will be going to the free throw line.
And Ferry is content to move the basketball and run the clock. And despite their point totals have not been high this year, 70 is a pretty good number for Martins Ferry. But right now, showing that they don't care about the individual stats as they're running out the clock here on the Shamrocks, which is a good skill to have, something good to have in the toolkit for games later this season. Come tournament time, a team that can control the ball can pull off the upset.
Duker Costello with the reach in right there.
Taven Williams at the line. And they've been pretty accurate at the foul line as well. The Ferries just had a good night. Sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Things go your way and sometimes they don't. They're going Martins Ferry's way tonight. Hines with the floater, put back, still no good. That's just been, kind of sums it up for the Shamrocks. They've been right there and it just didn't quite go.
Yep. And that second shot, it was contested by Miles. He put a little bit high English on it and didn't drop for him.
Well, and a couple of the blocks that Miles had early in the game changed some of the Shamrock shots around. It's harder to shoot when you've got a tower in front of you, waving an arm around at you. It changed that shot up and just gets a little bit of spin, and the Shamrock shots have just not fell here the second half.
Duker Costello is going to be on the line for a 1-and-1. He made the first. He's going to get the second one.
Both teams are in the 1-and-1. Missed it, but hustled after the rebound. Rocks keep it alive. Powell from deep. No. Juarez to Flesh. Miles wanting the ball, but not getting it. Till the rebound. And
Miles with the over the back right there.
He's going to get a little bit of charity.
Duker Costello, good positioning underneath. Got a hip on him. Miles went up over the top. Gets called for the foul.
Yep. And we'll go to the charity stripe.
Martins Ferry with mass substitutions. Coming into the game, number 3, Turner Kroll. Number 21, Gage O'Connell. Number 20, Jackson Cart. Number 12, Dominic Schroeds. And number 15, Mason Redinger.
And then Coach Hines is emptying his benches as well.
Cam Carpenter is in for the Shamrocks, number 44. Number 10, Brandon Willis. And number 54, Sal Alvarez, along with number 24, Ben Holsky.
And Cam Carpenter, too. He's got 4 freshmen on the floor right now with 1:08 to go. So the next home game will be January 11th against Fort Fry. Fort Fry coming to Barnesville to take on the Shamrocks. And they've had a little bit of a down year so far. Fort Fry coming off of a bad loss to Lindsley here recently. Will be interesting to see how they rebound when they come to Barnesville. Barnesville's JV was a winner tonight. They beat the Purple Riders 46-37. Ferry will be in action again on Tuesday at Harrison Central, January 4th.
Shamrocks are going to be full court pressure here, try to get a turnover forced and get the ball.
Oh. Yeah, I would have liked to have seen a little bit of that zone press earlier. Salvador on the inside, makes his move, gets fouled. Salvador Alvarez at the charity stripe. First shot, no good. Salvador is going to try to get the Rocks to 50 on his second attempt. Off the rim, no good, and Ferry with 40 seconds to go, moving the basketball. And they almost turned it over. And it's going to be a jump ball that will go to the Shamrocks. So the Shamrocks are going to get another chance to get over the 50-point mark. Again, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Village Hardware and Bethesda Market. Make sure you contact Strauss Films to see how you can keep these high school games on the internet for all our Barnesville fans that can't make it out to the game. Dukers shot top of the key, just fell off the rim. 3 seconds. Cam, the heave, didn't go. Oh, from Shamrock Gymnasium. It was the Martins Ferry Purple Riders 71, Barnesville Shamrocks 49. Shamrocks will fall to 5-4 on the season, and Martins Ferry will improve to 2-7. We said that Martins Ferry is on the road on Tuesday, January 4th against Harrison Central, whereas the Shamrocks will play Fort Fry January 11th here at home in front of the home crowd.
Once again, I had a wonderful time up here with Coach Pack. Hope that you all enjoyed our commentary. If you give us a few seconds, we might be able to whip some stats unless Strauss Films is shutting us down.
I was gonna say if we give, yep.
We're